would you rebuild with a rookie quarterback or take a vet for 2021? I love this question. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah. Thank you for the question. I love it.
Yeah.
I would not start a rookie in 2021.
Yeah.
I would not. I would get either Jimmy would stay, but you already have his next, the heir apparent there. Or they would get a reasonable bridge quarterback. And I'm just going to throw out names. I don't know what their status is with their contract. Matthew Stafford, even Alex. You had mentioned Alex Smith.
Stafford's too expensive. He's not going to be a free agent, but Alex Smith will be a free agent. I like the idea of re-signing Alex Smith. Do you?
Very much so. And again, he is such, I hate this phrase, classy individual. I hate it, but I'm not coming up with a better phrase.
He has character.
He has character. He's what you want. He's what you want to
He's
project.
A lot like Joe Staley.
Yes. Iggy, I'll tell you someone who I would not want.
Who?
Matt Ryan.
Ooh, let's talk about that. I
wouldn't want him.
Why?
At all. Oh, Iggy, he can't move. He how many times did he get sacked in the last game?
100.
100. Yeah. 100,000 times he got sacked. The one thing he can do is he can throw the ball well, and he can throw downfield, but you can murder him. There is no variety in his game. There is no surprise in his game. I think he's a congenital loser.
If they brought him to the NFC West, they'd still have the worst quarterback in the division.
Yes.
They still would. I mean, Jared Goff has just as good of an arm as Matt Ryan, or better, and he's younger.
And he can move.
Yeah, he can move a little bit better than Matt Ryan for sure. So, no Matt Ryan. He's not – he wouldn't even really save you that much money. I don't like the idea of spending a lot of money on quarterbacks anymore. I think it's lazy. It's like, it's such an important position. Let's throw $40 million at it. Okay, well, now you just sacrificed your defensive line, your offensive line. Like, good luck. He better be the best quarterback of all time. He better not just be Kirk Cousins, because then you're screwed. So,
you had to get rid of DeForest Buckner.
Yeah, I'd rather have DeForest Buckner than this quarterback, just because he's a quarter. I mean, I like the idea of signing Alex Smith. I think he would come back to the Niners if he doesn't hate the organization. You never know how players really feel about York, but I think he'd come back. I think the fans would adore it. I think it would mean something to him to come back. Maybe they'd even sign Frank Gore for a day, and they can bring back these guys. But no, honestly, Alex Smith, he helped Patrick Mahomes develop that year in Kansas City. Mahomes stayed on the bench.
He was very generous about it.
Absolutely. And he can't teach the rookie the system, although Nick Mullins can teach him that. He can teach the rookie how to be a pro, how to be a franchise quarterback. He really did that for Patrick Mahomes, and he can do that for the next guy. I love it.
And I think the other part of the answer is when the draft comes, the first pick the Niners take has to be a quarterback.
Has to be a quarterback.
Has to be a quarterback.
If Kyle gets cute this year, like he did in 2017, when he said, you know what, I don't really want Patrick Mahomes or Deshaun Watson or anyone in the first round. I'm going to wait not till the second round, but till the end of round 3 and get someone and tell everyone he's going to be great. Don't do that again. Ever. Don't do it.
Iggy, did Patrick Mahomes, did he turn out okay?
Yeah, he kind of beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl. You could really argue that the reason the Niners aren't Super Bowl champions is because Kyle Shanahan didn't pick the guy that ended up beating them.
Yeah. So I think he did pretty good, right?
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's the highest paid player of all time ever in the NFL. So, he's doing good for himself, but he's still young. Let's see. He could.
Yeah. Now, I don't like the commercial that he's in, by the way, Mahomes.
Which one? The Head and Shoulders or what?
No, this is insurance. The insurance.
Oh, it's terrible. Oh, it's him with Aaron Rodgers. The two.
Oh God, a couple of stiffs. Listen, Iggy, they're sitting like this, right? A couple of stiffs at a table, but pretty good quarterbacks.
Yeah. One of the things I like about Jimmy Garoppolo is that he's not in a bunch of commercials. I like that about him.
I bet he would like to be in a bunch of
commercials. I bet he would.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. So that's a good take. I think if Bill Walsh were alive and he could have 15 minutes with Kyle Shanahan privately, I think he would have a lot to say about Kyle not drafting quarterbacks. Dude, what are you doing, man? You've had this job for 4 seasons and you've drafted one quarterback and it's CJ? Dude, what in the world?
Iggy, just let's recall for a moment what Bill did. Two things Bill did. He had Joe Montana, and then he got Steve Young. While Joe Montana was the quarterback. Do you think that was a happy day for Joe?
No, absolutely not.
Why
So Steve Young comes to the Niners in 1987. He's 26 years old. Let's see how old Joe Montana was at that point. I'm guessing he was like, what, 29, 30? Let's see. 1987, Joe was 31 years old. You could say right in his prime.
Right in his prime.
Right in his prime.
And Bill is saying, see this guy? He's going to take over for you eventually, which he did, and you're not going to like it, and I don't care. I don't care. I'm caring more about quarterbacks here than your feelings. And then the second, which I've told people here before, Bill called the coaches meeting, and he said, I'm thinking of trading Joe Montana and making Steve Young the starter. Everybody who agrees with me, raise your hand. And I know this happened for a fact. And no one raised their hands. And Bill ended up not getting rid of Montana, but Seifert did.
Interesting. So when it finally came down to it, Seifert had the cojones.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
You know, yesterday when I had Eric Davis on, he would intermittently reference George Seifert without me bringing him up with great reverence. Like this is.
And remember, he was the defensive coordinator for a long time, and when he became head coach, his emphasis was on defense. And I told you the story I heard. It may be apocryphal, and I don't know where I heard it, but one time Holmgren came to him with the offensive game plan, and what I heard was Seifert said to him, "Do it again. I can beat this." That's what I heard. It could be untrue, but I certainly heard that.
Well, it was interesting. I mean, when I asked him, do you build the defense front to back or back to front, meaning from your defensive line, do you prioritize that or coverage? He said, well, he said, well, this here's what George Seifert would have said. I was like, oh. And he said, I don't think about it front or back. I think about it inside out or outside in.
I heard that. It was great.
That was interesting. And that was all George Seifert. That guy must have, I mean, he's still alive, but he must have been, when he was coaching, just as brilliant as Bill, but in his field.
Yes, he was brilliant. And, you know, Ira Miller and Seifert are friends, and Ira has visited George in his house. He's in Bolinas or where I haven't been up there. I never really get that friendly. And he said that there is no sports or Niner memorabilia in his house. He's just a regular guy. Yeah,
he's like that guy you watch on YouTube, the sniffy regular guy.
Dietmar Osterman, a regular guy from Long Island, the wine guy, Dietmar Osterman.
Shout out Dietmar Osterman. If you're on YouTube and you're looking for something to watch while you're not watching us, check out Dietmar Osterman. He's kind of like a sommelier he's a self-appointed sommelier in Long Island. He's a lot of fun.
Said I'm just a regular guy from Long Island.